Well, hello guys, PokePlayer, and today I'm back for another Wi-Fi battle, and this time it's a Wi-Fi battle against Trent, aka Lexlime. You should definitely check this guy out. He's a really cool new upcoming YouTuber. You should check him out. I will leave the links of his Twitter and his YouTube channel in the description below as always, and I hope you guys enjoy this battle because it's an NU battle actually, but it's not really NU. Trent only brings 2 NU Pokemon. I think Yuxi is NU, I'm not totally sure, it might be PU, but Yuxi and Audino are NU and the other ones are PU, and I bring as the NU Pokemon I bring Mawile, Rotom and Claydol. So it's pretty even all out, but my core is NU, so that might be not really even. But here he surprises me with a Grass Knot, which I didn't expect actually. I know Raichu could carry it, well, and I thought he would switch out because it's still a ground type. But he didn't, and the Grass Knot did a good amount of damage against my Glash while I set up my rock. So here I switch out, not wanting to take another one, and I could take the Raichu out, but I didn't want to risk it. So he goes for another Grass Knot, and Lolly is a bit bulky, but he gets the crit right here. I am Assault Vested, so the crit didn't, well, the crit went right through that, as you guys can see. And well, Lolly is a bit heavy as well, so he full switches out of there and goes into the Audino right here. And I was thinking this is a really good threat, so I just go for the knockoff. It doesn't do that much, but I am max attack and he is not fairy type quite yet. So at this point I am thinking, shall I go for the explosion or not? And I decided to do it, as you guys can see right here. The Hyper Voice is not enough and I go for the explosion because I didn't want to deal with that threat anymore, and I was hoping that he wouldn't go for the protect. That would be so deadly, but he didn't, so that's 1-for-1 down right now. And well, it's a good start because I got rid of one of, well, his biggest threat on the teal, which I didn't want to deal with. So he switches in the Yuxi again, and I switch in my Donald, which is Scarf with Hydro Pump and all those good moves. But I don't want to stay in on this because I don't like this matchup, and Yuxi can take all the kind of hits I'm trying to throw at it. So now I go to my Intimidate, which surprisingly actually has the Intimidate. You didn't see that coming. But he sets up its Stealth Rocks, which is kind of unfortunate because the only thing I've got to get rid of it is the Claydol, which is not at a great amount of health. So now I go for the knockoff, trying to get rid of his leftovers. Well, he switched into his Simipour, and this doesn't really like the knockoff. I'm not invested in attack, so it doesn't do as much. It could have done more, but I don't like the matchup either. I could get burned with Scald or get hit with a powerful move, so I switch into my Donald, knowing that there will be a water type move probably coming my way, considering my special defensive wall is a water type and it will do a buttload against a Mawile, and indeed it comes my way. But it actually burns me with the Scald, which is unfortunate. It didn't really matter, but it's still unfortunate. That means that my Donald does not have a very long well, sustain of living. So now I go for the Choice Scarfed Focus Blast, and it killed it. I was debating on whether to go for the Psychic because of the accuracy on Focus Blast, but I decided to go for the Focus Blast because I didn't know the Psychic would kill from that range. But luckily enough it landed, and he switches into the Yuxi while I switch out into my Glash. And well, the Psychic doesn't do as much. It does nothing actually, because this is max special defense, which is a really good. And this Yuxi actually surprises me with a attack which I didn't like to see. So right now I go for the Rapid Spin because I don't like these rocks on the field, and he goes for the knockoff. I didn't expect that actually. So I go for the Rapid Spin. The rocks are not on the field, and right here I go for another Rapid Spin just to make sure that the rocks are not on the field. But it doesn't really matter because Yuxi is still faster and can kill me with the next knockoff, as you guys can see right here. So that's my Glash down, unfortunately. and it didn't do that much in the battle. At least it set up its rocks, which is a good thing. And my opponent didn't have anything to get rid of it, which is even better. So now I switch into my Intimidate once again, knowing that it can't do really much against my Mawa. It can actually do nothing. And Mawa is really cool. It's a really good defensive wall. I really enjoy using it. It has a good defensive core, Mawile and Claydol. It's pretty good. So now I go for the knockoff, and right here I get the crit. I'm not totally sure if it mattered. It at least mattered in the game, but I looked up about how much a Sucker Punch would do, and that's a less base power, and the Sucker Punch did around 40 to 45%, and the Raichu was about 60%, 55%, so, and the knockoff is more powerful, so it might not have mattered, but it still was unfortunate for my opponent. So now he goes into Tropius, knowing that it probably has the Earthquake at the way he's switching that in. And well, I was kind of predicting the Earthquake, but I knew he would go for the Dragon Dance. So now I just go for the Air Slash, playing it safe. I don't want to miss my Will-O-Wisp, or do I go for the Will-O-Wisp? I think, no, I go for the Air Slash right here, because Tropius likes to run a Lumberry, and the Air Slash still does a great amount of damage to the Uxie. And I'm actually done with this Pokemon, so right now I'm planning on actually killing it. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage on it, finally, because it's just gnawing on its leftovers, which is not nice for me. So he goes for the knocks off my life orb, but that's okay by me, because it means that I can live a bit longer at least. So right now I go for the Thunderbolt, hoping that it will kill, but oh, the Volt Switch actually, because I did want to save this guy for the Tropius, because I think it walls it pretty much. So now I go into my Greenie, and this is such a beast. Oh my gosh, I love this Pokemon so much. Greenie has done so well. I did 2 battles with it and it swept twice. I will leave a kind of a short video of it when I'm sweeping with it. You will enjoy it. So now I go for the Swords Dance, because this is not a wall, this is a sweeping whatchamacallit, sweeping Meganium with the let me think, not the Lychee Berry, not the Pitaya Berry, but the other one. It's the berry when you get lower than 20 health of your total of health, you get the boosted speed. At least that's the berry I'm running on this, which is great. I run Jolly Nature, which surprisingly did enough, and here I wasn't sure if the Outrage would kill, but it is still a +2 Meganium, and it kills the Tropius, which is great. The rocks definitely helped there, I think, but he couldn't do really much to my Meganium either way. So now he goes into Mighty End in his last Pokemon, and I could just finish this off with an Outrage. He could have gone for the Sucker Punch, but he might not even carried it. So that's a really great game against Trent. It was a 3-0 in my favor, but it's just because Meganium is such a beast. So definitely check him out once again. I will leave a short video of the Meganium, maybe, not totally sure, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then I'll see you guys in my next video.